La clave para cazar Jedis es la paciencia. Los Jedi no pueden evitar lo que son. Su compasión deja un rastro. El código Jedi es como una comezón. Él no puede evitarla.
The Obi Wan series, as the trailer shows, is full of conflict, but tell us, what would you say is the heart of the story?
The heart of the story is definitely Obi-Wan's character. And that's something we were really trying to do with the series, is to really have it be a character-driven series. So it's quite an interesting period for his character, because obviously, you know, we're coming out of Revenge of the Sith, and he's carrying quite a lot of weight on him, and he's carrying a lot of history with him. And it's also quite a dark period in the timeline. So it was a very interesting place to start this character.
I presume that the Star Wars, which has movies and TV series all interconnected, needs you to stick to the script, to follow every little detail, but from your experience, how much a director in this franchise can enrich the script?
I think with the Star Wars of it all, obviously you want to respect the canon, and particularly with a project like this that is so, bound to legacy characters. But I think with any script, when I'm directing, is you're obviously following it in large part, but the actors bring so much to it, and also there's just sort of what happens on set. And so the thing I think that we're always striving for is to make it feel real and to make it feel like life in front of us. So sometimes there is a little bit of leeway there.
Darth Vader and Obi Wan are two of the most iconic characters of movie history. What would you say is possible to do with them that you can't with other characters?
Well, they certainly bring their own legacy with them, and they are challenging in that aspect because, obviously they're characters that we know what happened to them before and after where we are in our series. But it's also incredibly exciting, and I think one of the things that was the most interesting to us was that, we were doing these iconic characters again, but we're doing them in a different period in their lives.
Okay, you recently said that there's a love story dynamic in the relationship of Obi-Wan and Anakin, but for that love story to make sense, the actors have to commit to their craft. How would you describe the chemistry of Ewan and Hayden when they are together in the screen?
I think it's, from Revenge of the Sith, obviously, they were like brothers, and obviously Ewan does say that in Revenge of the Sith. But I think, one of the things that felt special about this series is that, they have a history. The actors, Ewan and Hayden, is that they obviously did the prequels together. And then, some time has passed. So coming back together, it's quite special. Like there's a human relationship in addition to just the professional relationship that I think is very special.
Was there any mention from Ewan and Hayden of the backlash that the prequels received like 17 years ago?
When we were filming, obviously, we're just focused on production. But I think one of the things that has been the most interesting for us, especially as, the trailers come out and we've started to do press, is that we're obviously the most connected to the prequels. And it's really interesting that so much, we really feel like we're connecting to the prequel audience. And like a lot of the people that were younger when the prequels came out are now really supporting the show. So it's really nice to feel that prequel love.
Okay, so my final question is, I just rewatched the fight scene of Anakin and Obi-Wan at the end of The Revenge of the Sith. This is very intense, character-driven scene. What can the audience expect from the inevitable fight between these two Jedis in your series?
Yeah, I think in large part, like in the same way, that it was done in Revenge of the Sith, that it was character-driven action. I think for me, that's what I'm always striving to do, and what I really was trying to do with this series is that if there is any action in the series, that it's really truly coming out of a place of character and story, that it's not just there for the sake of, having an action sequence. And I think one thing that is very special about all the action that we're doing is that it's personal. It is very personal and it's very emotional.
Okay, Deborah, thank you for your time and also your patience.
Thank you so much.